Fucking fly. Little bastard. Damn, I want you to get out of here so I can close the door. Peace, everybody that's about to come in here. Hopefully, am I live yet? All right. Yep, I'm live. All right, I'm gonna wait for some of y'all to get in here real quick. Let me just share that I'm on real quick. I ain't gonna be on here too long, but came to rock out with the people real quick. Hold on, let me just share that I'm on real quick, man. But peace to everybody that's about to come in here. All right, hold on 1 second. Let me just share that I'm on. All right. Okay. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yep. All right, peace everybody. What's really good, man? All right, I got one person up in here. Hopefully that notification gang kicks in real quick. All right, hopefully that shit don't start acting up today. All right, cool. There we go. All right, peace everybody. What's really good, man? Can y'all hear me good? Let me check my audio real quick. I rushed. Look, I got off work. I got home like close to 1:30 in the morning, man. So I ain't gonna hold you. I am worn out. So if y'all see I look tired, you goddamn right. I'm tired. I didn't even know this nigga was locked up. So I'm working. I get a phone call. I'm like, yo, who the fuck? What 305 number is this? Who's calling me from Miami? Guess who called me? Adria English. Lawyer called me. Azriel. She called me. And she asked me to take down the video. What up, man? Man, what's good? You already know, man. Oh shit! I don't know what the fuck just happened. Look at that. What? I don't know if Ezreal if the lawyer did that shit. Hold on, I don't know what just happened. Give me 1 second, y'all. Hold on. My camera just went crazy. Pardon me. Look at that shit. Hold on. I got the goddamn. Hold on. Ooh, pardon. Hold on. I gotta change it back. Look at that. Look at that. I had this camera for like for some years. Already. Damn, son. Alright. This is ghetto for real, right? It's alright. God damn, excuse me, y'all. Do me a favor, just share that I'm on, man. We gonna get right into it. What the blood clot, bitch? God damn. Alright, man. Yeah, I'm gonna have to edit this shit, yo. God damn. And I literally rushed to get on. And this is what the fuck I'm getting right now. God damn. Pardon me, everybody. I really apologize for that. Fuck. Alright. Booyaka. Fucking bastard. Alright, so we good. Anyway, I get a call from the lawyer. She told me to take down a video this and the third. So I didn't even know Diddy was locked up. She called me around 10:41, like 10:40 something. I'm like, damn. So I wish I could have just quit my job or just said, yo, look, I'm going home or some shit. I really wish that I could have just jumped on or whatever and went live. But anyway, I was actually listening to DJ Academics live. A really good live, man. I ain't gonna hold you. It was a really good live. Everybody good, man. What's good in the hood, man? I'm hearing it's the same old shit out there in Marlboro, man. You know I love the hood, man. You know I love the people, man. You know I'm a project baby, but you know what I'm saying? Niggas still doing the same shit, man. I can't get with that, man. And I always see you moving and grooving. So you know I be seeing you on Facebook and shit. You always moved around like me and Scooby and the rest of us. We's always in the hood, but we got out. We moved around. But anyway, I ain't gonna talk everybody head off. But the family good, man. Anyway, now look, man, we already know what happened to Diddy. I really think that I heard. I'm gonna pull it up for y'all. Somebody said I forgot the name is by tomorrow, but later on today. more people's gonna get locked up. And I'm thinking like Harv Pierre, maybe Trey Songz. There's a lot of fucking people that's literally gonna get locked up on this case. Now, would he get the Proffer agreement? And he's a big fish. So in order for him to get like numbers chopped down, or him get lesser time, he's gonna have to give somebody worth locking up to give him some time off. And everybody is not gonna speak up for Diddy. Jay-Z already listen, man. I'm not saying that that's what he's gonna do, but Jay-Z crossed his T's, dot his I's. Okay? And you know who's on his team allegedly. What's her name? Desiree Perez. He's locked in, so you already know he made them calls like, "Yo, do I have anything to worry about? I don't know. Whatever's on the tapes. If you ain't on the tapes, you ain't got nothing to worry about." But let's go to TMZ real quick though. I know y'all already seen some of this already. I'm late to the barbecue, but god damn it, it's all right. It's all right. But let me share my screen, man. They will read the civil indictment later on today. Yeah, I know. Listen, the only thing that he got in his favor is him not fleeing the country. That's the only thing that looks good on his record, is that he did not flee. So he might get a bond. This is why, to me, I'm thinking this is why he was out there in the public. I'm thinking he's conversing with his lawyers, or his lawyers telling him, "Hey, look, it'd be a good thing if you start going outside. If you start showing yourself, let whatever people have to say, let's just go take pictures with them, like him and his son was just doing. We're gonna show that as well. You know what I'm saying? Just to make it look good that he's out there, he's not hiding, or he's not scheming to do things or anything like that." So he knew these, and I know y'all know, but some people have to understand, your lawyers give you the heads up on what's going down, and they give you advice that's in your best interest. Don't leave. Don't move. Don't get on your jet. Don't go to Bali. Don't go to these other countries that has no extradition laws. Don't do that, because they're gonna lock you up, and this is gonna look good on your record. And he had to think about his kids, because I don't know. Christian, he was helping him bring girls to the crib. Y'all remember the TMZ photo with the dudes in the car when he got locked up? The neighbors, the black dudes that was in the car, and it was like, "Yo, man, our basketball went down over there through his gate and in his yard. We said forget that basketball." Y'all remember that? This literally after the raid. The black neighbors that was in some fancy fly ass car. OMG. And it was like, there always be buses full of girls that comes in it, that comes late at night, like 2 a.m, that be going to the crib. So you already know that his son Christian and them, Justin, is getting those girls. So you could imagine, what the fuck, bro? Oh, gee, I know this is unbelievable, man. Hold on, man. Y'all gotta forgive me on this shit. I had this camera for a minute. And I actually got a new camera. I just don't know where that. I think I left it like when I moved. I do have a camera. I have it. So that's my bad. I do got a new camera. I think I lost it. Long story short. So his son could probably be in the indictment as well, or could get locked up. He didn't get locked up with his dad. But the feds, they wanted the big fish. Everybody else could fall in line. And I think everybody else is going to run their mouth. There ain't gonna be no letters. When somebody get locked up, you get that letter, your family write letters, like for your, as far as your like character statements, whatever you want to call it, like letters, as far as like good letters to show you how good this person is, the character. Nobody's gonna write anything for that dude, son. You understand what I'm saying? But let's go to the article real quick, man. Everybody, do me a favor, all right? Can y'all share that I'm on? Did anybody hit the like button? Hopefully y'all hit the like button while y'all bring your asses up in here, and I will gladly appreciate you. Hit the like button. Please share that I'm on. I will gladly appreciate you if you just share. They said he hired a jet. That's why they moved in today. Well, I heard there was a theory that they could have had a jet because he was already walking around and he was already being followed. He was being trailed all day. Feds been watching him for a long time. That's what bothers me about the feds too. Look, I don't want no problems. I ain't got shit illegal going on any goddamn way. But he said that to Keefe D when they approached him at the museum. When Biggie was there, he was like, yo, you need some protection? He was like, nah, man, I'm on fire right now. The feds is watching me. But the feds literally seen the execution, the assassination of Biggie Smalls and Tupac. But the feds never said anything. They never stepped in. You don't think the feds know exactly what happened that night to Biggie Smalls? We know they know because they was following them with the blood clot thing there, man. Got me speaking Jafakin right now, nigga. You know I'm the biggest Jafakin on the planet. Hold on, let me just share that damn article real quick and I fix this camera. Everybody, please do me a favor again. If you haven't, please share, man. Oh, MG. Hold on, man. Lord have mercy. Now I got to do this. Hold on. Let me push that up. Boom. All right. Zoom that in. Bang. Everybody do me a favor again, man. Share that I'm on, my G. Please share. I would gladly appreciate it. All right. This is high ass Diddy. He knew this shit was going on. He knew it was going to happen before it happened. All right. Just a couple of hours before Diddy got busted, he was confidently strolling around NYC with his son King Combs. He even stopped to greet some fans and take selfies. 7:13 p.m. A law enforcement tells TMZ Diddy's arrest was scheduled for Tuesday, but something happened that caused the feds to move in a day earlier. However, attorney Damian Williams said federal agents took him in based on a sealed indictment filed by the Southern District of Attorney. So to me, that means if he was already getting arrested the next day, but they had to pick him up immediately due to a sealed indictment, that means that's just an extra charge that probably just came down and that was signed by the judge immediately, like something real serious. So that has to be something that's on top of the charges that he was getting arrested for today anyway, because today is Tuesday right now. So that's kind of crazy. However, the U.S. Attorney Damian Williams say federal agents took him in based on a sealed indictment filed by the Southern District of New York. Diddy was arrested and taken to federal custody in New York Monday night, TMZ has learned. TMZ have their sources. When I mean everywhere, I mean there's no place on the planet, especially America. There's no fucking a police department. There's no damn laundromat. There's no damn hotel. There's no gas station. There's no project fucking building. There's nothing on this soil that TMZ don't have their hands in. And I just don't know how they be the first ones. But hey, it is what the fuck it is. Sources tell TMZ Homeland Security swooped down into a Midtown hotel late Monday where Diddy was staying and they arrested him. We have unconfirmed reports. The feds are searching his hotel. Wait, we have unconfirmed reports. The feds are searching his hotel room. Pretty sure they are. They probably would if they found drugs in the room to add on. Because you know he was going, if he knew he was going down the next day, you know he was getting high. We're told Diddy was taken to the FBI field office in Manhattan. All right. Well, we know that's the old footage. All right. It appears the action was taken in connection with the ongoing criminal investigation into an alleged sex trafficking and other offenses that led to search warrants being issued and executed at Diddy's home in Beverly Hills in Miami. As we reported, a grand jury has been hearing testimony from various accusers over the last few months. We know the rest, but listen, the feds had to spend a lot of money to fly over the country to speak to witnesses about their story, corroborate their story, go to these hotels, get footage. If there's plane tickets, go to the airport, speak to the manager supervisor of that department that could get into the files and schedules and ledgers and all that shit to see what time, what date they flew or what room they was in if they been to the hotel. Like they had all that takes government funding. So they were not wasting their time to bring this dude down. And he knows he's going down. He knew it. But what he was trying to do is try to make himself look good in the eyes of the people, or to the judge, or to the jurors, to be matter of fact. To them, to look good in their eyes, that he won't be a risk. Now, and I think if it's too much for him, I think he might fly. So his only best bet, if he gets bond, would he turn himself in if he know he got to do this much time? Who knows? But if he could get a proffer agreement, and let me just read them on another screen, then I'm gonna share my screen real quick. We go watch some videos, and let me just read what that proffer agreement is real quick. It is a proffer agreement is an agreement between a federal prosecutor, assist United States attorney, and a prospective criminal defendant. Excuse me. The purpose from the defendant's perspective is to obtain immunity or leniency in exchange for providing information about larger crimes they are aware of. And let me tell you something. There's some information that I don't think a lot of people know, that it was a lot of important people, and I'm just going to say people in the political field. And guess who just passed the bill on human trafficking as of recently? Donald Trump. Let me share my screen. We're gonna go to what's the name in a minute. Shout out to DJ Academics. Now, I'm not a big fan of Myron, the dude from Fresh and Fit, because he is a tether. He really don't like black people like that. He really don't, but he literally loves to suck the blood out the culture and demean us and talk about us. Let me X out TMZ, because that shit drain too much of my bandwidth. All right, let me get that out of here. And let's go to Twitter for 1 second. Let's go to Twitter for 1 second. All right. And Foxy Brown said something too. And look, like I said, I just found out around 10:40 at work, and I got off around 1:30, so I didn't have time to really prepare and pull shit up. So I just jumped on. I pulled what I could. And try to, you know what I'm saying?
We were actually the first ones here with about 30 different law enforcement vehicles at least. There are 3 Bearcats on scene here. This just all unfolded, Sandra, I would say, less than 10 minutes ago. We got here even before the crime scene tape came up. So we're just down the hill. If you look up the street where Tony is right now to the right, you'll see one of those Bearcats and law enforcement. And on the other side of those bushes, basically, is that home that is registered to Bad Boy Films, which is part of Bad Boy Entertainment. And the home in particular is registered not only to Bad Boy Films, but to one of P. Diddy's daughters.
They are heavily armed, and they've been very tactful, would probably be the best word to use.
And that nigga he had a lot more than coffee. He said tactful. Y'all heard it right. That nigga said tactful. Get the fuck up out of here. And let's just understand, he knew this day was coming due to how he changed his name to Brother Love and loved and Brother Love and all this stuff. And he said, I know I did a lot of things, and he's been very coded and stuff like that. Come on now. He tried to like really filter and change up his image, but the dirt has been done. You got a 30-year track record, man. 30-year track record. And I love to use this quote. Shout out to my man Terrence, man, that used to be with me, pause, on the Kanika Jenkins shit. I always love this quote that he said that his grandfather told him. History is the track record of who you really are. History is the track record of who you really are. Diddy has a 30-plus year, let me say 40-plus year run when he was in college, beating up women and stalking the women, and she in her classroom, he at the window and banging on the window, telling her to come outside. The bitch is scared to death, beating her up in front of the students and outside in front of everybody. This nigga has a track record. before he became famous. And this is how you know money is a motherfucker, because look, R. Kelly gonna be just like that. That was funny when I seen that. That's R. Kelly when he seen him. All right, my nigga. There's a lot of hollering in this motherfucker. We gonna sing together. All right, let's yeah, right here. Look. Hold on. You gonna hear them? You gonna hear them clapping? Let's listen real quick. He signs the executive. Hold on. Executive order at the White House summit on human trafficking. Right.
Pressure on traffickers at home and abroad, and we are freeing innocent victims at every single turn. I was proud to be the first commander-in-chief to attend a meeting of the President's interagency task force established by the Trafficking Victims Protection Act of 2000. In November, I was also the first president to sign an executive order to establish a task force on missing and murdered American Indians and Alaska Natives. Just signed it.
All right, that's enough. I gotta listen to all that. By the way, if y'all, hold on, this is a quick sidebar. I ain't getting no promotion or nothing. Hold on. I'm sorry. I gotta show y'all what I'm eating right now. Give me a second. Let me tell you something. This is the best. I gotta do a sidebar. Hold on. Yo, what the? Why are they doing this to me? Like, what the fuck is literally going on with my camera? It's really never been doing that like that. Like, what the fuck is going on, son? Like, real. Come on, son. Come on. I don't. Stupid ass fucking camera. But listen, man, if y'all don't know about this, I gotta put in the bowl because you know the shit start dripping again, wet like it's doing it already. It's sweating. This is the best ice cream, son. The Blue Bell, nigga. This shit is fucking good, and that's all I had to say. I'm sorry. Anyway, again, please share again if you haven't. God damn it. Let's get right into it, man. All right. Let's go to he was when he was outside. Yeah, he's gonna take everybody down. You don't think everybody is scared? Y'all don't think everybody is scared. All of the people that was there are literally scared about what's going to go down. This is the day that they feared. They started shaking in their boots when they raided the mansions. They got all of that footage. So you could imagine who's on those tapes. And if they get approached, they probably already got approached. They had to get approached by now. I already got the damn document up with Little Rod Paul's put up there. This especially the 17-year-old girl that was on his lap with her face blurred out. She could be pulled as a sex trafficking. You know what I'm saying? And even recently, in Christian and Justin getting them little young girls to come to the party, to his parties. You actually in concert with your dad, your stepdad. And let's not forget the person named G that got shot in the goddamn bathroom in the studio. I think it's not Elijah, but the guy, the police security guard that made that problem go away by saying it was a drive-by shooting, even though you got to go through like 3 doors to get into the studio, and there was blood in the bathroom. So 2 people came out the goddamn bathroom, allegedly, according to Little Rod, was Justin and Puffy, but somebody got shot. So now they're gonna have to speak to the feds. Probably already spoke to that police that was there that made it go away, Mr. Muhammad. I forgot his first name. The feds probably already approached him. Do he want to save his job? Do he want to save his livelihood, or do you want to go down for harboring a criminal and tampering with evidence and whatever the other charges that may come on? Pierre, that's in the goddamn that's in a civil suit, can lead to sex trafficking and rape and all that shit with the 17-year-old girl when they was in the bathroom smoking crack or some crazy shit like that. These niggas are scared. You don't think motherfuckers gonna talk and get on that stand? There's gonna be a lot of people on that stand. Do you think Diddy is gonna cop out? Yes. Do you think he's gonna do a whole bunch of time? You think he's gonna take it to trial? He ain't taking that shit to trial. He gonna try to get the less time possible. He's taking everybody down. I'm telling you, Jay-Z is crossing his T's and dotting his mother effing I's. You don't think so? Yeah, this is what Kanye said. He's the
daughter in public, and I didn't have the address to my child. None of these niggas that want to say something
Travis
now.
Gave you the address, though, right?
Travis gave me the address. Right. But as far as Meek Mills, Puff Daddy, whoever, none of these niggas. All you fake hard niggas, fuck you. Hold on. Okay. All you fake hard niggas, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck because you can't shoot nobody anyway. And the reason why you got to talk is because you did a deal, you fucking fed. You know what I'm saying? That's why you got to come at me, because part of the deal for you to be able to do all that and get out of jail is that you promise that you're going to go pull my co-car. So y'all niggas shut the fuck up about me. Now let me say it calm. You niggas shut the fuck up about Michael.
Right.
I'm Michael now. Every Michael you can think of. But mostly God.
Yeah, he was definitely on one. He actually smoked weed, and y'all know it was gonna be something. When he smoked weed, he was gonna turn up. But y'all seen this 1,000 times already.
This not really Diddy, is it? Really?
That's really Diddy, bro.
Lying. Bitch, stop touching me. What are you talking about? Stop touching me.
Hey, yo, what's up?
That's crazy. Where Carisha? Where Carisha in there? No, Diddy. Yo, stop fucking playing with me. Back the fuck up. This not really Diddy, is it? Really?
Hold on, y'all. I had to get my fan.
Lying. Bitch, stop touching me. What are you talking about? Stop touching me.
Hey, yo, what's up?
That's crazy. Where Carisha?
Niggas said no Diddy and all that shit.
No, Diddy. Yo, stop fucking playing with me. Back the fuck up. This not really Diddy, is it? Really?
That's really Diddy, bro.
Lying.
He meant to chill out with the people, knowing he was going to jail. And let me say something. We all know that he put a lot of his money. Let me just say this real quick before we go into some more videos. I know that he literally got put on, and all of his a lot of his money has been put into his kid's name, his mother's name. They can't touch that. I'm pretty sure that he got spots where he got his money in a fucking just in the grass somewhere, like, you know what I'm saying? Like they dug that shit in somebody's backyard on some acres of land where nobody know that he owns land. I don't think he's that stupid to have all of his money where it can be seized or counted or watched. I'm really not understanding why my shit is doing that, man. I really don't understand why my shit is. It's all good, man. It's all good. But let's keep it pushing. Again, do me a favor, everybody. Please share that I'm on. All right? I want to go to... Hold on 1 second. Let me see if I can pull something else up. That's funny. Diddy, home, trafficking, 6... All right. Let me... Hold on. Oh, yeah. This is hours before. Hold on 1 second. Right? Yeah. Hours before. All right.
1, 2, 3. I'm not lying. Oh, they beautiful. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. It was really nice meeting you guys.
Oh yeah, and look, I'm not even the beat. I didn't even know those his daughters, right? Or hold on, is those his daughters? Is that a rendition of his daughters in fucking Oh my god, why am not yeah Quincy nigga? That is like a that ain't Quincy though. This the who the that is Bruno Venus right here, nigga. The Bruno Mars looking ass nigga. I don't know. Is that his daughters? I don't know. No. I mean they cute, but is those his daughters? Those are like his daughters. Let me look in the chat. Those his daughters? I don't know. Nature Boy Polite was shot. Now Diddy. Yeah, Polite is done. All right. But anyway, let's go to right here, man. Let's go here. Hold on. I'm waiting for the I had it queued up. Hold on. Damn, I hate when they do that shit. Hold on. Now let's go here. All right, I'm pretty sure some of y'all has already seen this tonight, but it's always for some that haven't. So, just to give just a brief context, academics called or well had Myron, I forgot the last name, the dude from Fresh and Fit, the African one, not the dark skin Buster Douglas, but the the that dude. Like I said, I don't really fuck with him, but he has a background in Homeland Security, and he was actually a agent, so he knows exactly how this thing operates, far as human trafficking charges, how the process is done, how much the feds don't have that much power to have things done. They have to go through a protocol, and that's why when they come for people, like the feds had came for Diddy, when they come, knowing the channels they have to go through to actually indict somebody and lock somebody up, that's they automatically have a lot of time that they're going to do, because the feds make sure they cross their T's and dot their I's. And when they bring it before a judge and the district attorney, so for so on, the people that needs to see it, that's when, they make sure, they just make sure they have everything ready. So when they prosecute somebody, they actually get time because they got all the evidence they needed. So pretty much Diddy is literally going to go to jail for a long time. So he just literally breaks stuff down, how the feds and Homeland Security actually operates on indicting and arresting somebody with the evidence that they have in the protocol and procedures on how it's done. So I just want to give a little context, but this was actually very great information, and I hope this is not an issue. Fair use, salute the act. This was great information. So let's just take a look. Oh shit! I thought I shared it. My bad.
Some of the most high-profile cases. They were responsible for indicting the mafia in the 1980s, right? With Paul Castellano and these guys back in the day. John Gotti, they went after them. Rudy Giuliani famously went after them. They did the 6ix9ine case. They did the Casanova case. A lot of the big hip-hop cases out of New York get indicted out of Southern District of New York. So it's a big district, and they're one of the most aggressive AUSA's offices, one of the most prestigious. So he's like, look, I know the indictments are coming down. I'm going to go ahead and cooperate, and I'm going to put myself in New York. So if you guys have access to me, any questions, etc. And obviously they indicted him, and he was right there. So I think the play from his legal team was, hey, we're going to make a case that when indictments do come down, when we go to your initial appearance and we try to get bond, they're going to give you out on bond because you've already shown that you're not a flight risk. The two biggest things that they look for whenever you're doing your bond hearing are you a danger to the community, and are you a flight risk? Obviously, by him saying, yo, I'm cooperating and I'm doing whatever, he's going to probably surrender his passport. He's not going to be a flight risk. And then as far as like a danger to community, you know, he can make the argument, I'm not a danger to the community, etc. So more than likely, I predict he's probably going to get bond, which is why he's been so cooperative in the first place. And him and his legal team have probably been coordinating with the United States Attorney's Office.
Okay. All right. So, okay. Still a million things to unpack. First of all, we've seen even foreign criminals, El Chapo. We've seen those people being taken into custody. Obviously, that the level of the risk of, you know, flight risk clearly changes when you're an international, you know, suspect versus one like Diddy, who, as you said, is cooperating. But
yeah, if you're a foreign national, no status in the United States, it's an automatic detention. Okay. Every single time. Automatic detention. You don't get like you would need. The only way that you wouldn't get you would get bond as a foreign national with no status in the United States is the HSI agent would need to parole you, which wouldn't make sense. They would never do that. So, because that would mean that you're probably cooperating, but if you're in jail at some point, like, it just wouldn't happen 9 out of 10 times. So if you're an illegal alien with no status, automatic detention.
Okay. Remember, we're talking about Diddy.
Yeah, he's a U.S. citizen, so.
Okay. And but very high profile guy. What does a bond hearing even looks like? Or like, what's a bond package or a bail package that, and I know we're jumping the gun a little bit because we got to get into the indictment and what we probably think it is, but
right into it. So this is what's going to happen. He got arrested by HSI in New York, which for those that are wondering, I used to be an HSI agent out of Laredo, Texas. You know, I've been to the New York field office a couple of times. You know, I'm very familiar with that office. They're, you know, obviously a big office. They do a lot of big cases. They were intimately involved in the R. Kelly case. They actually were the ones that did the 6ix9ine case. So HSI in New York is definitely a powerhouse, and so is that U.S. Attorney's Office. So I'm not surprised they aggressively pursued this. But this is what's going to happen. He got indicted. He got arrested, right? Mm-hmm. They probably got the true bill today, this afternoon sometime. They went to go pick him up at the hotel. What's going to happen is he's going to have his initial appearance in front of a magistrate judge tomorrow, probably in Manhattan. When he's there, they're going to unseal the indictment and they're going to hit him with the charges. I predict it's probably going to be sex trafficking and racketeering because, and I could talk about why it's going to be racketeering here in a second, but he's going to go to his initial appearance in front of a magistrate judge. That magistrate judge is going to assign him to a district judge because he's been indicted. So now his case is going to go to a district judge for his initial appearance because it's mandatory by law that you go see a judge within 24 to 72 hours of you being arrested. So he's going to get the charges read to him that are on the indictment. He's not going to actually enter a plea. It's an initial appearance only. They're going to tell him he has the right to remain silent, blah, blah, blah. And then they're going to ask, hey, what does the government want to do as far as like his bond, which I'm assuming him and his legal team are probably posturing to try to get him released on a bond tomorrow is what I'm assuming, which is why he's been so cooperative and flew up to New York and kind of made himself available to the feds because he knew that this indictment was imminent.
Okay. Do you believe that magistrate judge, which is going to be tasked with the initial appearance, do you think?
I'm sorry, I'm not going to be doing too many interjecting, but I don't know if y'all can hear me smacking, but I'm tearing this ice cream up. So if y'all hear me, please let me know. But I apologize, goddamn. This shit good, but let's continue.
That, again, we're talking high profile case. It's a lot of man hours, a lot of money. Do you think that they are prepared to deal with a potential bond application or a bond, almost initial appearance to listening to bond tomorrow, or it's something that they will probably put off to another date?
I think they'll probably kind of figure it out tomorrow. I think the whole purpose of him cooperating with the government the way he has was for this very moment so that he can get bond. And if he doesn't get it on this one, there'll probably be a bond hearing shortly thereafter, maybe a couple days after, where they just will strictly have a bond hearing because he's not going to be entitled to what's called a preliminary hearing to establish probable cause because he's been indicted by a grand jury. So The next step is going to be the arraignment, which is where he's actually going to formally enter his plea. And obviously there's going to be a potential bond hearing if they need it. But I think more than likely he's either A, going to get the bond tomorrow, or B, there'll be a bond hearing specifically for that, where, you know, his attorneys are going to argue on his behalf and say that he's not a flight risk or a danger to the community, which are the two main prerequisites to, you know, get yourself bond. He'll probably surrender his passport if he hasn't already. And yeah, but I predict he's probably going to get out on bond, which is why he's been so cooperative with them in the first place.
Okay. All right. So let's deal with some, you know, minute details. And I know you've been there where you're the main case agent and you've gotten a case, you've presented it, and I don't know, maybe worked it up, maybe your chain of command, but eventually they got approved to go to the U.S. Attorney's Office. They say, yes, we're going to go with this. Somehow there's either an indictment or it's just written up in a complaint, and you now have to serve the arrest warrant. What do you think? So this one came down via TMZ today. They said they plan to arrest him tomorrow, but something came up. We don't know what. They haven't said. They had to do it today. In your experience, what was this like? Again, you know, obviously you're saying that you believe that there was a presentment today, that the true bill of indictment came through. So they're aware of it. What do you think could have changed the circumstances? You just, you know, again, we're spitballing. We don't know everything, but, you know, you're probably the best person we could ask.
So I can explain that. So, so I guess I could talk about the case agent perspective, then we'll go into the indictment. So for the audience that's wondering, because they might not understand some of these terms. So guys, the case agent is the agent, or the special agent in this case, that's going to be responsible, that's running that investigation, right? He's running the case, he's coordinating directly with the U.S. attorney, right? The AUSA, you know, Assistant United States Attorney, that's doing the case, and they're kind of working together. Now, the feds work a lot differently than the state, and what I mean by this is the special agent and the prosecutor are on the phone like almost every day. They become like best friends because you don't have the same level of authority, you know, counter to, you know, what people think, right? Common to belief, what people think is, people think, oh yeah, feds have all this power, etc. The reality is the feds don't have that much power. We don't have the same authority to do probable cause arrests like state and locals do. State and local finds you on the car, right? And you're drinking and driving, you got a DUI or whatever. They can just go ahead and make that probable cause arrest right there, or they catch you with drugs. They can make that arrest there. Feds don't work that way. They need to call a prosecutor, a federal prosecutor, and say, look, I got XYZ. I want to go ahead and prosecute this case, which rarely happens with probable cause arrest. Most cases at the federal level are done by indictment, as you guys are seeing here. And I can explain that whole process if you want me to. But regardless, Diddy in this case was indicted. So that means that this agent went in.
Wait, hold on. You're giving some new information I didn't know. So
okay.
Yeah,
this is pretty extensive. So you know, stop me wherever you need to.
Yeah. Okay. So you just explained what most people, because again, when we hear the feds, it's like the boogeyman, right? So like that's just super different, right? So for example, yeah, if a local police pulls you over, this and third, and they have probable cause, they could just arrest you and hit you with the charges when they get to the station, whatever the case is, right? Yep. But you're 100%. Saying that the feds don't move like that.
No, they don't. And the reason why, right? So I'll give you guys a perfect example. When I was on the Southwest border, right? Someone comes in, tries to smuggle drugs through the port, Customs and Border Protection arrests them, right? Detain them because they got the drugs right then and there. They call HSI. I show up. I seize the drugs. I take the individual. I call the prosecutor. I say, look, we got him here with 10 kilos of coke at the bridge. You know, he's confessed, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to write up a criminal complaint. Are you guys going to accept prosecution? Yeah, we got you. Boom. Okay. So I take him, drop him off at the jail, go back to the office, write up my criminal complaint, send it to the AUSA. He sends it to the judge. Next morning, I'm there, swear to it, sign it, blah, blah, blah. And then, you know, that was a probable cause arrest in that case. That doesn't happen often at the federal level. Most of the time, you're doing a long-term investigation. You're working hand in hand with the prosecutor, which is why they're close, like I explained before. And you're building up a case that might take months, if not years, to build up. And on top of that, you had to go to the AUSA prior and say, look, I'm doing this investigation. This is the target. This is the organization, blah, blah, blah. You got to sell it because AUSAs have a lot of discretion which cases they take and which cases they don't take. They might say, hey, that's not good enough for us. Go ahead and take it to the state. We're not going to go ahead and take that. Wow. So probable cause arrests aren't as common at the federal level. You typically have to go through an AUSA and get indicted after a long-term investigation. That's why the feds don't have the same arrest authority as the state and locals do. State and locals can arrest you all day if they see you with drugs or they see that you're drunk or disorderly conduct, whatever the fuck it may be. They have a lot more power with probable cause arrest because district attorney's offices are a lot more flexible than United States attorney's offices. Does that make sense?
No, it makes absolute sense. And by the way, you're giving us information that we would have not known, because I think a lot of times when we think of law enforcement, we think, obviously we hear about 97% conviction rate when it comes to the feds, but we think pretty much law enforcement is law enforcement. We're just thinking that's the prosecutor's office. Okay, cool.
That's precisely why they win so many cases, because the AUSAs have such discretion. They don't take cases unless, like, put it this way, AUSA is not going to indict you 99% of the time unless they're not sure they're going to win at trial. Like when I used to come in with my grand jury packet to indict somebody, it wasn't just for indictment or probable cause. The AUSA was like, I need enough where if we went to trial tomorrow, we would win. So the feds don't mess around with that because they have such discretion. That's why they have such high conviction rates, is because when they indict you, they're already ready for trial, ready to go. So
Diddy's finished.
Yeah, dude, it's a wrap.
Okay. So let's, again, we don't know for sure, but again, this is the best source anyone could have right now. And by the way, thank you, Myron. And by the way, Fresh.
And to be very honest, that he is the best one right now that actually been through that. You know what I'm saying? Working for Homeland Security and the feds and doing everything that the feds do to indict somebody. So he is the best source right now. So again, salute, fair use. Yeah, that's pretty much it, man. Let's keep it going for a little bit.
What up, my nigga?
What up, bro? Yeah, this is my office. Like, I worked out of the Miami field office, but the New York office, I'm very familiar with how they work. This is my agency, so I know exactly how they work. This was, a human trafficking 15 case. So,
Okay, so here's the question I have. So I want you to kind of walk me through. Okay, you were a case agent, right? And at what point do you pass it over to the U.S. Attorney's office? And so how much of the work here is there like an agent or maybe a couple of agents doing versus, okay, this is when we definitely know this is in the U.S. Attorney's hands and they're making these plays. So you break it down from at least externally what we've seen.
So this is how I think. This is what I, speculate the investigation started to some degree. When Cassie first came out and said that she was being abused by him, etc., right? And they might have got tips and everything else like this from before, right? From the tip line or whatever. What I think more than likely happened was they started talking to a couple of people, going out, doing a couple knock and talks. Hey, this seems a little weird. These women keep coming forward and complaining about, nefarious sexual activity with Diddy from dating back from the 90s, whatever. This is a little weird. And at that point, especially if you're dealing with someone high profile, after the second or third or fourth interview where you might have a good witness or two, you're going to the United States Attorney's Office early on, right? And you're saying, look, this is the target, this is who he is, this is what we think we can build, etc. We talked to these people, whatever. And I think in a case like this, they more than likely had the U.S. Attorney's Office ear early on. And, I've always said this, the feds in the United States Attorney's Office, right? They like clout. They like the ability to prosecute high-profile individuals. It's going to hit the news. It's going to be big, a big W for them, a big press release. So I'm assuming once they figured out who the guy was, right, Diddy, they probably were working with the United States Attorney's Office fairly early on this, is what I predict.
Okay.
Given the nature of who the individual was. And also keep in mind, there was a successful prosecution with R. Kelly prior to this. So some of, if I'm not mistaken, some of the AUSAs that were on that case were also involved in this R. Kelly case.
All right, so
are involved in this Diddy case that were involved in the R. Kelly case. Sorry.
Yeah. So let me ask you this question, right? And
so if these are the same prosecutors, the same people that locked up R. Kelly, and he's doing 50 years, 40 something years, they're gonna do this guy dirty. Okay? Yes, he got a lot of money. If he gets bail, if he gets a bond, the trial's not gonna be a speedy trial or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? And he's going to be out for a while to try to fight his case. But with so much evidence, with so much civil suits that's against him right now, and he is settling, and this indictment has stemmed from civil suits that turned into criminal, as you can see, and it went to federal. So he's literally going to do some time. He's not going to get off scot-free. Diddy's doing time. There's no ifs or no buts about that. He's going to do time. However, is he going to take it to trial? Because trial, that's you putting your whole life into their hands. So if you don't take a plea deal to like 15, 20 years, 25 years, maybe 30 years, if you don't do that and you take it to trial, you getting the maximum, which is 40, 50 years. And he's already 50 something. His life is done. And again, as I conclude, he is not fit for jail. He's not fit. Yeah, he likes sausages, but he like to be free. And he like to drug them. Allegedly. This guy is going to be Nino Brown. If I go down, I'm taking a whole lot of brothers with me. Him. I forgot what he said about Christopher Williams on New Jack City, but you know what I'm saying? The head of CMB, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, Puffy is literally going to do time. And if he snitch on people to get a proper agreement, somebody's going to try to kill that man because everything is on them tapes. And it's a lot of people, powerful people on them tapes.
You mentioned your prediction, and I guess you could expound on your prediction for charges, and I would love to hear you explain that before. But in following up to that, I also want you to, answer the question of, okay, if because you mentioned racketeering, and and usually when people are in a racket, it's more than one. It's just not a singular individual. And maybe I'm wrong, but do you believe that this indictment solely falls on Sean Diddy Combs, or maybe there are 3, 4, 5, 6, a dozen other people, maybe not charged with everything, but with kind of ancillary people who the prosecutors can try to dance along, maybe in a trial, to say, hey, these were the people that were doing his bidding, but he was making a call. What do you think?
Yeah, so the reason why they're going to have to use the racketeering statute, right, is because a lot of these crimes happened a long time ago, right? Like some of these crimes are beyond the statute of limitations. So in order for the prosecutors to kind of bring in some of those allegations that happened in the 90s or maybe even the 80s or early 2000s or whatever, they're going to need to go ahead and prove that he was committing these crimes for a period of time, right? Racketeering activity, right? And the criminal organization is ongoing, or the criminal enterprise is ongoing. So that is why they're going to have to do this under the auspice of RICO, so that they can go ahead and say, look, we're going to bring in all these other crimes, right, that were done decades ago, because he's been doing it for a while. So sex trafficking is considered a crime that falls under the RICO Act. Right, there's drug trafficking, there's violence, witness intimidation, there's extortion, all these different types of crimes that they typically had there historically to go after organized crime like the mafia, whatever. As long as they can prove that he's still committing these crimes to some degree, they can bring in all those allegations from prior. But they need to do it under the RICO statute to be able to bring them in, so they get around this whole statute of limitations problem.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I spoke about that.
Now, I hope I'm pretty sure y'all understand that. So even the people that did all of those civil suits, the feds is going to approach all of them. And they going to literally speak up. Some may not get no money because all his money is tied up into this. Some may get paid off. So they won't have to testify anything like that. You understand what I'm saying? But all the people that he had violated, and this is their chance to get back at him, rather is money or not, but money is the motivation. The feds they have a case. It's really over for him, and don't forget. I'm pretty sure y'all don't forget the Tupac murder, the Biggie murder. He's behind all of it. He is the reason, mainly, I give some credit to not credit, some fault to a Suge Knight as well. But ain't that crazy? Two of the biggest moguls is their whole career is gonna get destroyed and they're gonna do time. Both of the motherfuckers, the same two that created this motherfucking East Coast, West Coast that made both of these dudes fucking die. And now they're about to go down. And again, as I conclude, not to talk too much, man, but I wish no jail on nobody, man. But this dude Diddy has too many people that he done did dirty throughout the whole 3 decades. He have violated them. He deserved it. And it's sad to say, and I almost kind of, for some reason, I kind of felt sorry for Diddy just a little bit tonight. I did. I really did. I felt just a tad bit sorry for him. But what he did to Big, he literally brung Biggie, he lured Biggie to his death on purpose, knowing what was going to happen. He knew this guy was going to die. He knew he had too much heads up. He had too much warnings. And again, the what was that? The Soul Train Awards, I think that was Biggie and them went to in '97 when they was out there. They went to that award show, and when Biggie got booed, he was like, "Yo, what up, L.A.?" And he got booed and all that. Come on, son. Anyway, he lured that man to his death. He knew he should have got him up out of there or didn't even go there in the first place. Sorry, did he deserve all of this, man?
Before too, could you so sex trafficking, and I've heard a few, us YouTubers on here, obviously
I agree, man.
99.9, and you're obviously the 0.1% that has worked in law enforcement. We're either ghetto lawyers, or we're going off like what we either know from either our experience dealing with the criminal justice system, or just kind of like looking at these things a lot. Could you explain sex trafficking? Because I've heard, like, for example, like Whack 100 said, yo, well, if you fly a girl out and you fuck her, and if she alleges that there's an abuse there, well, the person crossed state lines, this and third, it's sex trafficking. And I'm like, damn, that's kind of like a very loose and broad, interpretation of what sex trafficking could be. What is sex trafficking? And where would a federal authority start to look at it in?
So I'm going to just kind of give the more practical agent side of it, right? So The thing with sex trafficking, and this is very contrary to what people think, it's not as common as people think it is, right? What people always conflate sex trafficking with is human smuggling, bringing in illegal aliens into the United States for a sum or a fee. Those individuals are brought into the United States. Their families are being extorted, etc. That's human smuggling. Now, does it lead to human trafficking later on when they get into the United States and they're forced to work jobs or whatever it may be? Of course. But people often conflate human smuggling with human trafficking, which are two completely different crimes. One is, AUSC 1324. The other one is a far more serious crime that's 18 USC, right? Which is the criminal code versus the immigration code. So that's number one. Number two, as far as sex trafficking goes, it's actually fairly hard to prove. A lot of the times when people think that they got a sex trafficking case, and I know this because I've been on so many of these different raids, is what ends up happening is you bust a prostitution ring, right? You thought, oh yeah, we had these girls are being trafficked, whatever. You talk to them and they all love their pimp. They don't want to cooperate. They don't want to say that they were being held or whatever. Some of them are lying to protect them. Some of them were trafficked or whatever. But the point is that it's very difficult to get witnesses because sometimes they don't want to necessarily cooperate. So what ends up happening is you just end up getting everyone arrested for solicitation charges, right? Ends up being just a prostitution ring bust. Now, the way to get around that though, right, which is how the feds come in a lot of the times, is if the girls are under 18, it's an automatic human trafficking charge.
Wow.
Automatic.
Why
so
automatic?
That's where they're going to get them. Is some of these girls, from what I understand, were under 18 at the time when Diddy was messing with them and bringing them around in different states.
Okay.
I think they're going to get them. I mean, I'll have to look at the indictment to see, but this is my prediction.
Okay, let me interject and add. So on one of the particular civil cases that he has is that there was a young woman who was 17 that was supposedly, she met someone that worked for his label. That person said, "Hey, I think Diddy would like you." They called Diddy. Diddy spoke to the girl, spoke to the person, and then within a matter of hours, the girl got on a private jet to fly to Diddy and allegedly was around him. By the way, this girl, I'll post it here. I'll send you a link if you want to show it on, your stream.
Yeah, please.
Or you could even Google 17-year-old Diddy. There's multiple like articles about it. Her face is blurred out. She was seen sitting on his lap. Okay, there's a New York Post. I'll post it in the chat here. I don't know if whoever.
Okay, yeah, because Bill's on the computer, so he could do it.
All right, so Bills, you could just click from the chat. Is a chat between me and Myron, and it's a New York Post thing. It says Sean Diddy Combs accused of drugging and gang R-wording a 17-year-old in a new suit. There's photos of this girl sitting on his lap. Obviously, she's not shown for obvious reasons. She was 17 at the time. Her lawsuit against him says she was gang R-worded, but what's also very important is she was 17. Here's the important part. I think she was in, I believe, let me make sure, Detroit, I believe, and then he was either in New York, and let me just make sure, chat, I'm sorry. Yes, the woman says she met Pierre, who was an executive at Bad Boys Entertainment. So she met one of his workers in Detroit at a lounge, and then essentially he called Sean Diddy Combs on the phone and convinced the teen to fly to New York City. Before leaving the lounge, they said the worker took her to the bathroom where he smoked crack with her and apparently had her have sex with him first. Then he put her in a private jet from Pontiac, Michigan. She landed in Teterboro, New Jersey, which this is where Jay-Z and everybody who got a private jet who goes to New York lands in Jersey at Teterboro. That's fact. And yeah, they drove to a studio, and she has pictures to prove she's with him. Would that be considered as sex trafficking?
Yeah, that's a cut and dry human trafficking right there at the federal level because she's not 18. He moved her in between states. That affects interstate commerce. So that's where they're going to get them. And I know some of the audience here might be shocked by me saying that human trafficking isn't as prevalent as people think, but it really isn't. It's really the human smuggling that is the extremely common thing that people tend to conflate because they're two completely different crimes. But the big way, and I know this from being on human trafficking task forces and working with these guys closely, a lot of the times when they do these busts, what ends up happening is it's prostitution ring and they don't want to cooperate against a pimp. They're not really being abused. They're doing it willingly and they're of age. However, if they catch a girl there that's underage, then it morphs into human trafficking automatically because that woman can't consent.
I have a question.
That's how they get the nexus.
If the girl lied about her age, does that matter?
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. So if she's 17 and she was being and there was a pimp and she was being prostituted, it's automatic human trafficking charge, and the feds will take that almost always. And the two biggest agencies that investigate human trafficking are Homeland Security Investigation, HSI, and the FBI.
Okay. Also, what about this? In different states, there's different ages of consent.
Yeah.
So on a state level, I believe, and we could Google it for New York age of consent.
Might be 17.
That is 17. Now, that's statewide. Obviously, the national age of consent federally is 18. Could Diddy have an argument to say, well, she came here willingly and the age of consent in New York is 17?
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if his legal team doesn't try it. But they're gonna say, hey, federally it's 18. So we'll see what happens. And I think that's where he's gonna have to pay his defense team the big bucks to make that argument in court for him.
Wow. Okay, so All right, we get sex trafficking. So I think everybody who's spoken about this, and I've spoken to you, I've spoken to Bradford Cohen. Yo, I gotta get you with Bradford Cohen. Like I'm telling you, like he's an invaluable mind.
I want to know: is there any other girls? You know what I mean? That was sex trafficked when they were underage. Because I know Adria English. I think she was 18 at the time. And I'm gonna be next week. I'm gonna have her lawyer, on the show. I'm gonna do an interview with her. If not this Thursday, next week Thursday. She's gonna break down a lot of things because she represents Adria English. That's literally suing Diddy and that put criminal charges on him. So, cause she called me, I found out that Diddy was locked up while I was at work. She called my phone. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna have her on the platform. She gonna hook me up with some great situations, some interviews and stuff like that. So I kept my word. She's gonna keep hers. So just expect her to speak on my platform on this situation. So it's definitely gonna be something y'all need to definitely tune into. I'm gonna play a little bit more. I'm gonna play a little bit more of this, and then I will go to some other stuff, and then I'm gonna get up out of here because I gotta work tomorrow. Well, rather in 8 more hours, and it's supposed to be a tropical storm right now. It's raining like crazy. The wind is blowing right now, and I'm in a town where it floods crazy. So I really hope my crib don't get flooded. So I'm really like not in panic mode, but I just don't know. I don't want to wake up in a house full of water. So it's kind of crazy. But any motherfucking who.
That everything he's predicted when it comes to these proceedings have always been correct. And I think you and him, you guys are like, it would be like a power couple. Pause. Anyway.
Yeah, sure. Okay. But wait, she came from Michigan, you said, right?
Yes, she came from Detroit, Michigan.
Consent, 16 in Michigan? Okay, all right. I was just looking to see what the age of consent is in Michigan. But sorry, what was the next thing you wanted to hit?
So I guess we're looking at the litany of charges he could face. It appears that sex trafficking is going to be on the bill, right? There's been rumors about, the 1999 shooting, the club shooting, that supposedly, the woman who was shot in the face, and who believes that Diddy was the one who pulled the trigger, but New York State did not charge Diddy with that crime. Instead, they blame it on Shine. That particular situation, we're hearing about the Tupac situation. We're hearing about maybe other, and I had said this earlier, but I want to get your take on it. Remember the first person when they did the raid that was arrested, the only person that was, arrested, not detained, was supposedly the drug mule. Do you see maybe, and we hear a lot of drugs. Do we see maybe some drug charges kind of mixed into it? It kind of gives it some color. No, unfortunately, I'm not trying to just content this out, but just like it kind of makes it seem like, hey, it's not only sex trafficking, this is a drug-fueled environment. And then maybe you could add some violence in with, either
to pad up the racketeering, right? So when you're hitting people with RICO, right? Like you have certain crimes in there that you want to show to establish that it's a criminal enterprise and they're committing crimes in furtherance of the organization, right? So, like I said, there's a couple different crimes that fall under the racketeering, right? Vehicle theft, extortion, murder, kidnapping, drug trafficking, etc. So what I predict is, right, we don't know the indictment yet. We'll see it tomorrow probably when it's unsealed, when he goes in front of the judge. They might put that in there to kind of pad that this is a component to the criminal organization, because some of these women that are victims, complained and said, oh yeah, I was under the influence of drugs. They were readily available to me, etc. So they can use that to kind of substantiate and prop up this RICO charge, because the reason why they're using the RICO is because the RICO allows them to bring in all these other cases in that might have been kind of fallen by the wayside due to statute of limitations. RICO allows them to bring it back in. It's kind of like the glue that holds everything together, if that makes sense.
Okay. Do you think that there will be any specific charges of, sexual assault?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, for sure, because the thing is that they've had this grand jury convened for a very long time. I remember reading about this originally, like almost 2 to 3 months ago, that they started doing these grand jury things. So that tells me the fact that they're indicting him
Is
now.
that unusual? Is that unusual? Like again, we have no idea about federal grand juries. It feels like they've presented this case for 2 months.
Okay, let me explain how grand jury works to the federal level. Give me one second. Hold on. So, because a lot of people, okay, so the grand jury is nothing more than a group of your peers that sit in a room and deliberate on cases based on probable cause, right? So, not to be confused with a trial jury, right, where it's like, 12, 6 or 12, whatever that may be, right? 12 people. So a grand jury, right? The AUSA convene, then they typically serve for 3 months, 6 months, whatever it may be, and they'll sit there, and the grand jury typically convenes once a week, depending on how busy the United States Attorney's Office is, how often they're indicting cases, whatever it may be. So what ends up happening is the AUSA comes in with their case agent, and the AUSA asks the case agent questions, right? And the case agent presents evidence to the case. Now, keep in mind, I want to make this very clear. It's just the established probable cause, guys. Probable cause is not that high of a threshold, right? But like I said before, when you're indicting, the AUSA pretty much is ready to go to trial. So it's probable cause just to get the indictment, but obviously the AUSA is looking long-term to win a trial. So you go in there, and I've testified literally hundreds of times. You go in there, they sit you down, they swear you in, and they ask you questions, right? The AUSA asks you questions on the case, you explain the case, then they open it up for a Q&A for the grand jury to ask you questions. You answer any questions in there about the case, anything that wasn't clear. You walk out the grand jury room, you and the AUSA, you give them some time to deliberate. Depending on how complex the case is, that will dictate how long it takes them to deliberate, and then you get something called a true bill of indictment after the fact. That true bill of indictment is filed with the clerk, and then you go ahead and you get an arrest warrant from the judge. And that's to answer your question that you mentioned before. Hey, why did they pick him up tonight versus tomorrow? What I'm assuming is, since they had the grand jury convening, right, and they knew that he was going to be indicted today, I guarantee they had probably agents watching him the whole time, and they saw he was at the hotel lobby. They're like, bro, we got eyes on him. It's safe to do it. We technically have an arrest warrant for him now, and in the arrest warrant, if you look at any federal arrest warrant, it says at the bottom, you are hereby commanded to arrest XYZ, right? So if you got him in plain sight and it's easy, it's safe to effect the arrest, you kind of have to arrest him, because you've been commanded by a magistrate judge now that you have that arrest warrant, or a district judge, depending on whatever it is. But regardless, you got an arrest warrant from the judge. So they probably had eyes on him the whole time. They saw he was in a hotel lobby. Arrest warrant was signed by the judge. They just picked him up right then and there. That's why I predict why they picked him up this evening.
So you're not thinking that maybe, even though he seems like he has to be cooperative, you don't think that maybe, I don't know, he was like, oh, I got to go back to Miami, and maybe like he hit like his plane guy, like, hey, let's go back to Miami, because I don't know if he would know when the indictment would be coming down, and they're like, no, fuck that, we're not gonna wait till he gets on another plane.
That could have been a reason too. I mean, I'm thinking, typically the most simple answer tends to be the answer. What I'm predicting is they probably have been having him. They've had him under surveillance for a few days now, especially knowing that the grand jury convened and it was going to indict him today, kind of to see.
Unavailable. Oh shit. I think he took. Oh yeah. I think he takes it off one of his channels. But yeah, I use too much of this shit any goddamn way. Hold on 1 second, and boom. Yeah. So we're gonna go to a couple of more things, man. Then we're gonna get the hell up out of here, because I definitely gotta get some rest, man. I'm tired, man. That job be whipping my ass. I'm tired. Real shit. Let's continue though. Let's continue. Hold on. Here, I gotta do all this. Hold on. Okay. Hold on. What just happened? Wait a minute. I'm sharing, right? Boom. Okay. I don't know what. Oh, there we go. I'm about to say, what the fuck just happened? All right. Let's say this real quick. All right. I seen it, but I didn't click on it to hear what he said.
Was none other than the CEO of Universal Music Group, Lucian Grange. Well, tonight
let's say this because I'm kind of interested. Let's see what I'm trying to get this nigga a name, but
arrested P. Diddy. News just broke that they took him into custody in New York City. So I figured now is as good a time as any to shit all over Sean again and remind everyone just how horrible this man is. So if you haven't read the court documents and done any of the other research on this guy, this producer he worked with named Lil Rod brought this lawsuit against him. Rodney Jones v. Sean Combs, alleging RICO allegation, which is like organized crime. And he alleged that a member of this RICO organization was none other than the CEO of Universal Music Group, Lucian Grange. Universal Music Group produced 1/3 of the top 100 songs last year, including Taylor Swift. Quote, while living and traveling with Mr. Combs, Mr. Jones discovered that Combs had hidden cameras in every room of his homes. Mr. Jones believed that Mr. Combs had recordings of defendants Lucian Charles Grange, Ethiopia Haber, as well as other celebrities, music label executives, politicians, and athletes. Upon information and belief, these individuals were recorded without their knowledge and consent, and as in the case with the homosexual sex tape of Stevie J that Mr. Combs provided to Mr. Jones, Mr. Combs possesses compromising footage of every person that has attended his freak-off parties and his house parties. Upon information and belief, due to this treasure trove of evidence he has in his possession, Mr. Combs believes that he is above the law and is untouchable. Well, the diddler just got touched. But don't worry, I'm not going to drop that spice and then not get...
And again, why you think they rushed this fucking crib? He got important people on those tapes so he can use that shit. That's like a free get out of jail card. And he really was looking at Bad Company, the movie, with Lawrence Fishburne and that white actress. Great movie, but beautiful movie. Y'all really, I might just watch that before I go to bed, but I ain't got that much time. But watch that movie. They blackmail people, have them in compromised positions, take pictures of them, and use it as their trump card when it's needed. That's why his crib was raided, because those higher ups. I don't even think it was just because of that liquor, him suing that liquor company. I think it had to do with people knowing what's on those tapes and finally knowing that, man, this nigga, he got secret cameras and recording me. Oh no, let me push the button. So, and that's why nobody's gonna come to his rescue, because you being sneaky. So you can, I'm sorry, not to talk, I don't give a fuck. Especially as the stuff coming up, especially this civil suit from Little Rod. Once everybody discovered there are secret cameras, people made sure they got them fucking tapes and shit like that. That's why they rushed both of his cribs simultaneously without his knowledge. I don't think he got the heads up on that, just really thinking about it now. Puffy ain't getting no heads up on that. He's just too nonchalant and think he above the law. So it was the people that's on those tapes want to get them shits erased.
Give you more details. So Diddy was big on recording all kinds of things, and he frequently took this guy's phone from him and recorded things at parties. So this dude wound up with hundreds of hours of footage and audio recordings of Mr. Combs, his staff, and his guests engaging in serious illegal activity on his own cell phone, including the acquisition, use, distribution of ecstasy, cocaine, GHB, ketamine, marijuana, and mushrooms, the displaying and distribution of unregistered illegal firearms, Combs providing laced alcoholic beverages to minors and sex workers at his homes in California, New York, the Virgin Islands, and Florida. Yes, those Virgin Islands. Diddy's brother, Christian, drugging and sexually assaulting a woman. Mr. Combs detailing how he planned to leverage his relationship with Bishop T.D. Jakes to soften the impact of his public image of Cassie Ventura's lawsuit, which is horrendous, and I'm not going to read from it. It's absolutely disgusting. This guy's a piece of shit. Actor Cuba Gooding Jr., yes, that actor, Cuba Gooding Jr., sexually harassing and assaulting Mr. Jones. Yes, here are photos of Cuba doing the things. Here's more photos. And then got the cops to just totally not... Diddy's...
All right, so he's basically going over everything that I fucking already have right now. So I might as well just do it my damn self, because I got the file pulled up. I was going to talk about that anyway. So let's go there. So this is the girl, the 17-year-old girl, right? Upon information to believe the private jet landed in Teterboro. Upon entering the studio, Ms. Doe first encountered Mr. Combs. At the time she arrived, a female recording artist was using the studio as Mr. Combs and her parents watched on. She finished up shortly, and after Mrs. Doe arrived and left. We still in the studio section at Daddy's house. Mr. Combs and Miss Doe to sit on his lap. Asked Miss Doe to sit on his lap to take a picture of a copy of photo below. We already know what that picture looks like. Right there. Same picture. That's the end of the indictment. And that's what I'm telling you, Harve Pierre. Because he's already in that. You know that the police already talked to this dude, Harve Pierre. You know that they talked to him. He probably gonna snitch on him. Diddy, nobody want to go down. Nobody want that smut on their name. The industry is their livelihood. Okay? So they're gonna try to save their ass. And you know how the industry is. They know what they do. It's a small little clique. And no one can be exposed. And that will expose this shit. Diddy knew one day, this day will come. That's why he have to have footage and pictures to have on everyone. So just in case, because he know he's a fucking demon. So I have to use all of this footage and these pictures on these politicians. And I say that not loosely. And these moguls, these white ones that got wives and children that they just secretly coming through the back door to the damn to his mansions and having these freak offs with men and women. You think they want their family to find that out? Hell fucking no. So they made sure they push the button. I swear to God, I don't think because he sued De Leon. I think it was these higher ups, man. But anyway, Harve Pierre, that's the name, Mr. Pierre, Harve Pierre, and the third assailant began to play Miss Doe, a 17-year-old child at the time, with a copious amount of drugs and alcohol. If I pronounce it wrong, kiss my ass. Okay? So, while the evening became a blur, Miss Doe recalled Mr. Combs, the Pierre, and the third assailant hitting on her, all right, and stroking her body. And we read this before, asking her to see her ass and tell her how hot and sexy she was. This, that, and the third. All right, you can see here that she took the picture. Evidently, she was feeling, not pressured. She looked like she was having a good time in this moment, but it doesn't matter if you're having a good time. That's how they get you. The devil come to you with a smile, not a growl. They never come to you with a frown or a growl, because you can see them coming from a mile away, but they come to you with a smile, make you comfortable, and that's when the devil shows his snake. Just show his true colors. So I'm not going to doubt her on how she felt. And this all started really, really from this document. These documents right here. So they got to cross their T's and dot their I's. But Little Rod, I hate keep saying this, Little Rod, but pause, he's going to definitely get on that stand. Diddy done. But we know the story, so I'm not going to kill you with it. But let's scroll. All of these violations, but let's continue. Let's continue. Let's scroll all the way down. Hold on. All right, let me go up. Excuse me. Where's the other one? Let me hold on. Let me pull up my other one. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Hold on. Ooh, excuse me, y'all. Let me pull up that other document. I forgot what I had it under. Just give me a second while I pull up that Little Rod document, please. Casey versus Robbins. Penal complaint. No. That's that shit with what's the name? With DJ Envy. Hold on. Give me 1 second, y'all. Please bear with me, y'all. I gotta scroll through all this. I gotta save under my bookmarks, and There's a lot of stuff on my bookmarks. I will find it. Give me 1 second, please. Please bear with me, y'all. Please bear with me. I'm trying to find that now. God damn, where is it? It should be coming. Hold on. Nope. Hold on. Diddy alleged wiretapping of late Kim Porter. No, not that one. Doe versus Combs. That's the one that is that the Doe versus Combs? I think that's the one yeah, Jane Doe versus Combs. That's the one that we just seen just now. Hold on, god damn, it's down here. Wait a minute. Oh man. Shit. You know what? I might just go back to that white boy right now. I do have it. No. Is this it? I hope. Is this it? I hope this is it. Let me see. Hopefully this is it. Yeah, this is it. Yep. Hold on, let me make sure y'all can see. All right, y'all can see. Oh shit. I'm on me. Oh shit. But I got it. Hold on, I got it. I found it. I found the motherfucker. Hold on. So excuse me, here we go. Right there. Let me zoom in for y'all. Pretty sure y'all seen this shit already. This is nothing new. But let's continue. Those are bars. This guy, and he's in the charges. This guy literally, I don't wish jail on Justin, but you are not too far from the tree. The apple did not fall far from the tree, even though to me and other people, you are Wolf's son. You look exactly like Wolf. There's no phenotype. You don't even have Puffy's eyes. You may have the hair, but you don't have the lips, nose, none of that. You look like Wolf, my G. Look like Wolf. But anyway, this is the guy. You don't think this guy was on camera? This guy is probably the one who literally blew the fucking whistle, him and his other constituents or his business partners, because he know he got a business to run. This guy is the fucking CEO of, let me bring it back. Hold on. That's the Ethiopian girl. Defendant, I forgot her name. Defendant Motown Records, the company defendant on records, Where's this guy name? Yeah. This motherfucker. Come on, son. And you know he's probably a small hat. This guy is probably a small hat. You don't see that he's being indicted. Don't forget, it came out after this document came out that they was excluded from the indictment. This guy made sure he pulled some strings. He's not even on the indictment no more. He's not going to court. She's not going to court. And if I'm not mistaken, she's not going to court. All of them, he made sure because they working under him. He got them off. We are not going to. Well, this is his assistant though. They call her KK, whatever. So, but I'm having a feeling that he is the one that literally pulled the plug on him because he wanted to get those tapes for himself. Okay, let me zoom out just a little bit. All right. Now, you know exactly what this guy have indicted him for. Oh, let's go to the shooting. Now, I keep saying to this day, so much charges going to be against this dude, and it's already criminal. They are going to find out who this guy is. Attempt murder. Okay? On or about September 12, 2022, Mr. Combs held a writers and producers camp, just like to rob you. That's all it is. To take your talent, and use and abuse you, drug you up, fuck you. You wake up with a painful backside, and you got sausages laying all around you. You understand? Present at this camp were Mr. Combs, his son Justin Combs, and Justice's friend named G. Now, Justice's friend named G, that means he got to be a young dude. Now, where he's at, he's probably dead and it never reached the daylight at all. But anyway, Mr. G is a 30-year-old tall African-American male. In addition to these individuals, other musicians was present at the camp. The writer has spoken as several musicians who attended the camp. One evening during this camp, Mr. Combs, J. Combs, and G were in a heated conversation. That conversation was moved out of the studio into the restroom adjacent to where Mr. Jones, aka Little Rod, pause for the pauses, was sitting. Mr. Jones was approximately 2 feet away from the bathroom when gunshots rang out. You don't think feds had spoken about that? Mr. Jones recalled hearing multiple shots. Mr. Jones immediately went to a state of shock and feared that he would be shot next. Mr. Jones genuinely believed that he would be shot through the door due to how close he was. After the shooting ended, a crowd gathered around the restroom. When the door finally opened, Mr. Combs and J. Justin Combs exited. G was lying on the restroom floor in a fetal position, holding his stomach and bleeding out of his leg hip area. Everyone stood around looking upon G. Frustrated by the lack of aid to G, Mr. Jones dropped everything, ran to G, and immediately began placing pressure on G's gunshot wound to his stomach. As he was applying pressure on his stomach, Mr. Jones realized G was gushing blood from another area near his hip. That's probably the exit wound. He decided to lift G and place him to sit on the toilet. Mr. Jones asked the crowd to call ambulance. Mr. Jones lifted G and brought him to the ambulance at the studio's front. At this time, Mr. Combs and Justin disappeared to another part of the studio. Mr. Combs gave strict instructions to inform the police that he had nothing to do with the shooting. He also forced Mr. Jones to lie to the police by telling them that G was shot standing outside the studio by a drive-by assailant. Knowing that studio has so many ways to get in there, knowing it has surveillance cameras outside, knowing it had cameras on any other business that was literally right next to their studio, wherever it was located, what was inside Hollywood, so houses and other businesses thereof got footage. But did they check the surveillance to see if there was a real drive-by? Of course not. And why is that? Okay. Mr. Jones had the clothing he wore that day. Wait, hold on. Excuse me. Mr. Jones he got that shit right to this second. He probably already gave it to the feds already. That's why the feds cross the T's and dot their I's. Now, do you think, hold on. I'm going to get back to it. Hold on. Do y'all really think, just reading that out of everything that we know of, do you think that the judge is going to grant him bond? Would they think he's a threat to society if they really look at that case right there about G getting shot in the stomach? And Jones, Little Rod, I hate saying that now, pause for the pauses, still have the clothing with the DNA and shit. We got pictures of the scene. Somebody's lying. Someone is telling the truth, but someone is hiding and made things go hush hush, go under the rug. So will they really grant him bond? Who knows? I don't know. But let's continue, goddammit. Mr. Jones has the clothing he wore that day and believes it may still have the stains and DNA of G's blood. Ain't that a bitch? The following are screenshots of the aftermath of the restroom where G was shot by either Mr. Combs or J. Combs. There's no blood that's outside. All the blood that's inside will tell you the crime happened there. You have to get buzzed through like 3 doors to literally get inside of the studio where they are recording in their comfort zone. Okay? You got to get buzzed in so many doors. G was not shot outside of the studio as Mr. Combs instructed his team to report to law enforcement. Mr. Combs and defendants RL, MR, UMG, and CRS provided private security for the writers' camp and defendant CRS. The security was porous and lackluster at best. The fact that either Mr. Combs and J. Combs were allowed to enter CRS with guns, and those guns were not confiscated by security, is a clear breach of duty by Mr. Combs, defendants LR, MR, and UGM to protect Mr. Combs, Universal Music Group, UGM, to protect Mr. Jones and other attendees of this writer's camp. So this nigga up there literally trying to like debo niggas into writing a hit song, and they ain't gonna get now 1% of any fucking publishing or royalties. G was probably tight. Hell no, nigga. Fuck you done took Biggie shit total. G Dep done went crazy. He done told on himself. Like, no, nigga, nah, I'm good. He got shot. Or Diddy was trying to take his ass. He had to do something. Justin was trying to, butter him up and mold him to getting fucked in the ass and shit. He just probably wasn't having it. And Puffy was like, nah, you gonna give me some of that ass, nigga. You fresh meat. As a result of this shooting, Mr. Jones is severely traumatized. Mr. Jones now suffers from PTSD, severe anxiety, depression, and insomnia. Now, we know that he was sexually harassed and all this, but now for some reason, like, I don't know, man. You come on now. The Stevie J joint, I don't know, man, but we know that he's the Philadelphia rapper who dated Nicki Minaj. We know that he was talking about, Meek Mill. You know what I'm saying? So we know about that. That's old news. All of this is old news. But yeah, man. They got the pink cocaine, and you see that Young Miami, she ain't really talking like that no more. You know what I mean? I know she had to get confronted by the feds by now. All of these young girls, the sex workers, on the incident with Mr. Combs believed drugged and Mr. Combs recalled waking up naked, dizzy, and confused. The same shit that happened with the dude that just got 100 million. Nigga just got 100 million out of Diddy. Diddy, the booty bandit group, son, the BBGs, man. I swear to God, the BBGs, the booty bandit group. Like, son, Diddy was doing this shit since the 90s. What was that, the early 2000s? The dude that was locked up that just got 100 million. This nigga Diddy invited him to have a freak off, him and Diddy and 2 bitches. He asked him, do you want something to drink? He woke up with his ass swollen. He woke up to Diddy fucking the chick. And he like, I just did that to you. And they got evidence of him being on video call with the guy. This nigga's a real booty bandit. The real booty bandit. Fuck that nigga that we all seen, the one that was in jail who got locked up and shit like that. That dude with that gray little skull cap, whatever the fuck he had on his head, beanie. That nigga, he ain't got shit on Diddy. The real booty bandit niggas, man. The booty bandit crew. He woke up with chicks around him and his asshole swollen. Waking up with another man's sausage on his fucking stomach, man. Like, this nigga Diddy is crazy. I mean, those bodies looking good, though. I'm going to tell you that right now. You know? But this dude, hold on. Let's go to the security. Look at these young girls. Let's go back. Now, here's where the what's the name ain't coming. The trafficking, they got to be young. Now, check it out. Mr. Combs and J. Combs solicit drugs and engages in illicit sex acts. Hold on. Damn, I drunk all my water. Illicit sex acts with minors and sex workers. Let's read this, man, and then we're gonna go to that. What's the name? Then I'm gonna get the fuck up out of here. I really gotta get some rest. I gotta go to work early today, man. So, yeah, man. On or about July 2nd, 2023, California, Combs had a listening party at his home. Present at the party was an R&B artist. I forgot who it was. I'm pretty sure it's gonna say it down there. Hold on. Oh yeah, Usher. No, he's a Grammy Award winning R&B singer who had trouble law enforcement after song invasion. Oh, Chris Brown. Chris Brown was there. Sorry, that's Chris Brown redacted. So present at the party was an R&B artist, Chris Brown, Justin Combs, sex workers, and some underage girls. The event began around 7 p.m. Mr. Combs requested female sex workers and required Mr. Jones to solicit them. An hour later, several sex workers appeared. In addition to sex workers, there were at least 5 women in the crowd that were under the age of 16. Mr. Combs forced all the women to drink laced De Leon liquor. Upon information and belief, Mr. Combs laced the liquor with ecstasy. Mr. Combs did not check the identification of any underage girls. The presence of these underage women made Mr. Jones very uncomfortable. He attempted to leave. Mr. Combs forced him to stay. I'm going to just leave that one alone. Mr. Combs went so far as to take Mr. Jones' car keys to prevent him from leaving. Then I'll take his car keys. I'm going to take his car. Fuck somebody's car. After being forced to drink less De Leon shots, Mr. Jones began feeling lightheaded again, because this ain't the first time you've been lightheaded, man. We gotta be honest, man. You've been getting dizzy too much and waking up somewhere else, my G. Almost like fucking Triple X, the movie. I just finally I seen that shit for the first time in like 10 years. Man was getting shot with the dart and he just kept waking up somewhere, then waking up on an airplane and waking up in Colombia, some shit like that. Come on, son. You been going through. Come on, man. Anyway, because passing out and waking up about 4 a.m. The following morning naked with a sex worker sleeping next to him. Screenshots, da. There it is. The little underage girl. Mr. Combs with an underage female, sex worker. This nigga been snapping shots for real. Justin Combs with an underage female. Mr. Combs attempts to pass off Mr. Cooper Gooden Jr. All right, we know that. Look, this nigga was really on him like, man, you look like a big piece of chocolate, my G. And you soft. You just like my Tempur-Pedic pillow. You're a real fluffy teddy bear. I like your dimples. And your breath sting, I like that shit. I like it raw. Pause for the pauses. Let's keep it moving, man. That's too much. This nigga look like Ashley Larry that just took a hit of fucking Xannies. That nigga just took a perk. That nigga watching. That nigga look. That nigga look. He like a demon. All right. This nigga, man. Here we go. Fahim Muhammad. This is the guy that literally. Let me just read it. Mr. Combs instructed his staff to always contact Mr. Muhammad if they were ever pulled over by the police in Miami or California. Upon information and belief, Mr. Muhammad spoke with the LAPD after G was shot at CRS. The LAPD was in CRS and witnessed the blood in the restroom. Those are key words there. Not outside of the studio. Not leading from outside through the entrance door, through that little lobby corridor or whatever, how it may look, through the other door to get buzzed in, through the other door that leads to the bathroom in the studio where they were. No, only they witnessed the blood in the restroom, and they went with the bogus claims that the shooting of G occurred outside of the studio. This was all thanks to Mr. Muhammad's connection with law enforcement. Now, yeah, so at the end of the day, this dude Puffy is a monster. I wish jail on nobody. I'm gonna try to find this funny ass video. I want to see if I can find it. I really do. I meant to play it so many times since I got like 20 minutes left. I think I stay on here for the next 20 minutes. Oh my God! Did anybody see the Infomage interview of Troy, the niggas from Queens, that Bimmy got locked up was snitching like those? Yo, that interview was crazy, son. Bimmy, Bimmy, Waka Flocka, that's your uncle, G. Damn, son. And I'm gonna say allegedly, and come to find out that Preem knew that Bimmy was an informant and was paying the nigga Big Nose Troy a real stepper, if you want to use it. We don't use stepper, a live nigga. And in Brooklyn, when we say that's a live nigga, a live wire, that's how we spoke. Or 730. 730 means crazy. Y'all, whoever don't know the lingo, that's just what it is. A live nigga, a real nigga, a killer. He was that nigga. And Preem was paying him to not expose that Bimmy is a confidential informant, because Bimmy got him locked up for making a statement because he allegedly killed 2 people in Baisley Park in front of everybody. When I was living in Queens, I've been to Baisley. You take off of Linden and Farmers. I lived on Linden and Farmers. You take Linden straight down. Boom. You take Linden straight down. Once you see that gas station, you're gonna see it's God Brewer. It's like an overpass train path. And then the barbecue spot right there. There's a gas station on your left, and it's like the city bus shit where they park the buses at, like the city buses, the metro bus. You make that left, boom. Keep going straight. You pass another gas station, boom. Baisley Project is right there on your left. I've been all over that motherfucker, man. Like Queens is I really love Queens, man. I'm a Brooklyn baby. But I fuck with Queens, man. Anyway, Bimmy. That shit ain't looking good, homie. That ain't looking good, Bimmy. That ain't looking good. That's crazy, man. Snitch. You know what? Let me do the. Oh shit. Give me a second, everybody. I got like 18 minutes left, so y'all can vibe with me for the next 18 minutes. Until this pulls up. Diddy done. Diddy is done. Do y'all think he's going to literally, huh? You said the wordplay. I hear that shit, Rebecca. But yeah, man. Regardless of if whatever information you think I'm presenting or whatever the case may be, just know this. Do Jay-Z have something to worry about? Do Harv Pierre have something to worry about? Do Chris Brown, Trey Songz got something to worry about? Do Swiss Beats have, Alicia Keys have anything to worry about? Timbaland, Kevin Hart, I don't know, maybe Dave Chappelle, maybe Chris Rock, maybe Anthony Anderson. Remember he was getting fed with meat from the salt man. And this is recently. Like this. And feeding him strips of beef in his mouth. You put that beef in my mouth. Like what these niggas is crazy out here. You know how many people I see my shit like acting up, man. You know how many people been in that party? You know how many niggas is scared right now? You know how many people is scared right now? Niggas probably putting they money together to literally shut this nigga down. They probably want him to go to jail. Hold on, man. Hold on. Let me go straight to Instagram. Let me just X out something because this should make my computer. I bought this computer in 2016. No, excuse me, 14. No, some shit. So y'all gotta forgive me. I don't know. Hold on, let me X that out. Okay. But yeah, man. All these people that been to his parties, all of them, and the RICO charges can bring up old stuff that will stick to the indictment. Come on, I don't like this. Come on, man. My shit look moving real crazy right now. So a lot of people can go down for this shit. These niggas is scared. I really think that Jay-Z, you don't think Jay-Z been to those parties? He been fucking with him for the longest. Foxy Brown been exposed Jay-Z. Free probably knows some things about Jay-Z. Free with her, she got the fattest ass. Free got the fattest ass. Her shit is so fucking juicy, son. She just did a live. She did something on her Instagram the other day. Like, she's going through it. She still look good. I think she had a baby by Jay-Z allegedly. Look, I told you. Look, I got no beef with Jay-Z. A lot of people didn't like Jay-Z due to what he did with the Brooklyn Nets, man. How so many people had to lose their crib. But I told y'all this story, and I'm gonna say it again. My cousin G, who is a real G, for real. He worked for the movie company and shit like that. What they do is they put the no parking things on the trees. So when they shoot their movie scenes, that thunderstorm was coming. Long story short, he was in Manhattan. This is before I even moved to my studio. I had my 3-bedroom apartment, the apartment I grew up in. I had my cousin G living with me. He had to stack up his bread. He was on a run. He was on a run for a long time. He had to turn himself into the feds. He did 8 years after that. So I let him stay with me to get his money up. So we talking 2000, 2001. This is lit. I swear to you not. This is like 2000 and I say 2. He told me this then. He told me this back then. And this is 2024. You stay out all night to make sure people don't park on the blocks. You put the cone on your car and all this and that and third. Long story short, he in Manhattan now. A limousine got pulled over. Police took everybody out the car. You started seeing females, but they starting to look strong. Females with calf muscles and heels, like nigga, and do some gilly shit with and pass the ball and dunk on the nigga. I'm about to pull a hamstring. My shit about to pull. Woo, my damn leg. Next thing you know, Jay-Z came out with shit. I'm gonna say allegedly, but I believe my cousin. I believe him. Jay-Z was caught in the limousine with the strong fingers. Ladies with the strong fingers. I'm not bullshitting. He told me this back then. That's 20. Foxy Brown, right? She said that she had a threesome with Jay-Z and Jamie Foxx. But Jamie Foxx was dressed up as Wanda. Allegedly. And Jay-Z wanted Jamie Foxx to dress up as Wanda from The Color Purple. In Living Color. This is her words, not mine. She about to write a tell-all book and all that shit. Gotta shut down. I say all that to say, he been around Puffy for a long time. Nobody's coming to his rescue. Yes, Jay-Z. That story I just said about getting pulled over, my cousin told me that in like 02, 03. At least around then. He told me this way back then. And my cousin is, I'm not trying to say it like that or whatever, but he's a real gangster dude. Real nigga from East New York, nigga. And there's no reason for him to lie. But anyway, yeah. And he been around you. So Puffy is not going to do 30, 50 years. He is not going to, he don't want to end up like R. Kelly. He knew this day was coming. That's why he made sure, that's why all the parties came to his house. So he could have everybody on camera. So he could use it as a trump card. But see, those execs found that out. Especially more of them found that out since this indictment that Little Rob put out has surfaced. So now they're like, now we got to get these tapes. Nobody is going to step up for Diddy. Nobody is stepping up for Diddy. Nobody is coming to Diddy's rescue. Nobody's coming to his rescue. Because if anybody speak on his behalf besides Stevie J, he's the only nigga on earth, and maybe Christian. Nobody on this planet is going to speak up in defense of him far as good character is concerned. I don't even think his mother going to do it because he treats her like a child. Allegedly. With them white nails. Because they're going to feel like they were doing it too. If anybody speak up on his behalf far as his character is concerned, trying to write to the judge to make him look like a good person, he is going to snitch. He is going to bring somebody down. If he takes a plea deal, he's probably going to get 15, 20 years. He's not getting no 10. He's probably going to push it so hard where he could probably get 10 years. Probably. But how serious these charges are, he's going down. He's going to snitch on people. He's going to snitch and people are scared. The Black Epstein. They killed Black Epstein because he had the Clintons. He had everybody. Oprah on the flight logs. Everything. You go in Epstein's mansion in Midtown Manhattan. Once you open the door, you see Bill Clinton in a blue dress with blue pumps on his feet. Literally, when you walk in his crib, when you open the door, is Bill Clinton on a big ass 7-foot portrait of him smiling in a chair with a dress on and some pumps. They had to kill him. And Ghislaine Maxwell, that bitch is lucky she's still alive. I don't know how she's still alive. They killed Epstein because there was powerful people that he could bring down. Diddy is in the same seat. He's in the same seat. Snitch on who though? The only way they would give him a proffer agreement is if Diddy give them something that's way bigger than him or similar to him. Or it could be a FBI agent. He was a Fed. He was a cooperator for the Feds too. He could give up probably a dirty federal agent, a dirty police agent or whatever. You see, Mr. Muhammad, he had pulled with the fucking with the Los Angeles police in Miami and California. He's gonna give up somebody. Do you think he's gonna want to do 30, 40, 50 years? He's already 56 years old. If he gets 40 years, he dies in there. R. Kelly, he's dying in there. It's so unfortunate and that hurts. And that hurts. That really hurts. That really hurts. That's messed up. He don't deserve no 40, 50 years. I don't know. But Diddy, a trail of destruction, a trail of death. Death revolved around this man. He done made people. He ruined people's lives, man. He ruined people's lives. There's an audio he did I gotta find it. I have it saved somewhere where he was saying at the end of the song that I put $1 million on your head. Come on. He has so much stuff that's against him. I have 1 minute left. And this live is over. Before y'all leave, when this is over, please share this live. Just share it, god damn it. Yeah, and it's going to end in 8 seconds. So I just want to say thank y'all. Hopefully y'all enjoyed yourself. But Diddy, it's over. Peace. Yeah. This shit about to end right now. Yeah, that's it. Is it still on? Oh, it's still going? All right, hold on. I'm going to test it out for a minute. I'm going to ride out till this shit cut off. Maybe give me an extra minute. I'm not sure. Probably. But, yeah, it's over for him. Diddy done. Kid Cudi's car. Press one if y'all still here. Yeah. Yeah, but Kid Cudi's car. Come on. The girl that wrote Bling, Kim Porter. What about Kamora Lee? Is she gonna come out?